Well, you all knew this was coming, right? Because it seems like everybody right now is all a fucking buzz with all the new leaks for 2026 Thomas. And it looks like it's a very mixed bag for the most part. So, yeah, I've spoken to several different people on their different takes for this new look of Thomas, and yeah, let's just say there are some positives and there are, I think, a lot more negatives, unfortunately. So, you know what? It's because everybody else has done it. It's time to give you my 2 cents on this new Thomas. What do I think about it? Well, right off the bat, I'm gonna tell you, I personally do not know what to think about it. I mean, it's very strange looking. I will definitely say that. Not personally what I would have thought of Thomas to kind of go off in that direction, I suppose. But, yeah, truthfully, I do not know what to think. Now, here's what I'll say, I guess, in terms of positives. The scenery, I guess, based off the clip that we got, it's pretty. You know, I'll give it that. I think the kind of animation style that they're going for, I think it's a huge step up from, say, something like Nitrogen, or hell, even compared to the fucking likes of AEG, which most of you already know I despised with a friggin' passion. I hated the look of that Thomas. I hated it, absolutely. So I think, you know, looking at the animation here, I think it's definitely a step up. And I will say, the color and the shading on certain things actually seems about right. Like, I don't like how they're such, you know, flashy colors, like up in your face, like, bleh, you know, kind of like what Bubba did. Yeah, everything seems to be like, you know, kind of like, you know, the perfect color shade, I guess. And I guess, the only other thing I can bring up is, at least for the model of Thomas itself, I can at least say it at least looks like Thomas. You know, I haven't really seen a lot of people talk about that part. I mean, it at least looks like him. And that's about as much as I got to say for the positives. But as far as the negatives go, I mean, these are just, if anything, I guess kind of little nitpicks, I suppose. And my little nitpicks are, first things first, I don't like the rivets on them. I already hated the rivets that they plastered all over those CGI renders, like during the Blubba era. I thought it looked absolutely fucking horrible on them. And to tell you the truth, my opinion was, I thought, because of how close, you know, they were, like, it looked like somebody plastered a bunch of, like, M&Ms on them, I swear to God, and it just looked so bad. Like, that's why I hated the rivet look of them during Blubba, you know, but it looks like the rivets are back, and, yeah, I don't know. Personally, I'm not the biggest fan of them. I mean, I don't know, maybe they don't look as bad, but, yeah, I don't know, I'm not digging the rivets, personally. But I think the biggest problem I have is the look of Thomas's face in general. I don't know what it is, but I'm just not digging that look of the face, honestly. And I think what makes it very uncanny for me personally, I think amongst other people as well, is the fact that I don't like the color in his eyes. I think colored irises on all the engines, I don't know, that doesn't sit right with me. I think it should just go back to being like the regular black pupils with the little bit of, like, you know, white highlights. Now, if they just went and did that, okay, fine. You know, I really wouldn't make that much of a deal about it. But yeah, I don't know. The color and the eyes isn't exactly falling in my good graces, I guess, if that makes any sense. But it's also, if you think about it, the look of it in general, I mean, I don't even know what the hell they were trying to go for here. Like, I don't know if it was, Are they trying to copy something based off of, like, the original CGI model? Or, are they trying to do a mix of, like, AEG? Because for some odd reason, I get a sense of, like, this really weird mix of, like, AEG kind of thrown in here. And if that's the case, then that looks kind of bad. And the other thing, funny enough, that one of my good buddies, usual bloke Luke, pointed out, he said if you kind of look at Thomas, like, first glance, he kind of looks like it was shot out of something like Disney related, which is very funny because now I look at this photo of Thomas and I can't unsee that, honestly. It definitely looks like some glorified Disney looking motherfucker. And it's like, well, if you were going to do that, then Disney should have the rights to Thomas, which, by the way, don't do that because that would really ruin it. But, yeah, like I said, I have a couple of positives, I have a few negatives, and I don't know, I'm just kind of met in the middle right now. Like, I really don't know what to make of this, personally. I mean, the only thing I can really hope for is I hope at least the writing is good. But, knowing where Mattel kind of stands on Thomas, I'm not exactly getting my hopes up in their entirety. So, I mean, I don't know. Wishful thinking is all I can really say. I hope the writing is good, but I'm not really holding my hand on my ass with that one. But then there's also the fact of not just the show that people have their doubts on, but there's also the toys. And I know that there were accusations kind of thrown around that Mattel is not only using AI on the show, but they're using AI on the merchandise packaging, which, from the first point, to kind of just drop, the AI card just because you can is kind of bullshit, because at the end of the day, it's like, how the fuck do you know that all this shit's being done with AI? Now, I think it was confirmed. I think that Mattel, partnered up with some AI company or whatever the fuck. My only real thing with that, I guess, is, I don't think they're doing anything show-wise with AI. I mean, from the clip I saw, nothing looks AI to me. As far as the packaging goes, now, even though everybody was too quick to assume, oh yeah, this is being done with AI, and everyone's like, oh, it is, no, it's not. Well, now I think with a little more stuff coming out, between the clip and then actually comparing it to the packaging, now I think there's actually clear hints. I think the packaging, for the Thomas merchandise, I think is being done with AI, but the show, I think, is completely untouched. Now that bears the question, if Mattel can do great animation like this, okay, why are they using AI to promote their new material? And I say that because if you look at the Thomas on the merchandise packaging, it does not look anything like the clip render. And on top of that, I'm not exactly digging the way the other engines look. Like, I don't really like the look of Percy all that much. Rosie's kind of eh. Diesel, from what I saw, I think for the most part looks okay. I mean, I don't really know if I dig the purple eyes. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me, but whatever. But I think on top of all the engines I've seen, or character-wise, I should say, I would say I think the most ugliest fucking one that I've seen personally is probably Harold. And I have no idea why the hell they switched that design. I just think it looks god-awful. And I really think Harold needs to be completely changed, honestly. But as far as that goes, like I said, not only do the renders of the packaging, not only do they not look like what the render shows here for the clip, but now there's kind of like little key hints that, sometimes, the track, bends in like certain areas, it doesn't match up with the sheds, like this and that. There's little key details, Now it kind of seems like to me maybe the packaging for the toys is being done with AI, but I don't think there's any AI in the show. And like I said, if they can do good animation like this, why are they using AI to promote the new toys? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. So, honestly, the only thing I can really say is I think people need to just stop the friggin' AI fear-mongering and just tone it down, honestly. Because, like I said, I feel like maybe there is a little bit of, AI being done on the packaging. But as far as the show goes, like I said, I'm not detecting it. And I think people just need to stop the fear-mongering, personally. Because here's the other thing that we have to realize here, folks. At the end of the day, Mattel don't owe us jack shit, okay? I know that they know that there is an adult fan base for Thomas, but here's the thing, and I know people are not going to like when I have to say this too, but you know what? Thomas is for children, okay? Whether you like it or not, you have to accept that, okay? Mattel does not cater to the adult fans. I know that they're aware of us, but they don't owe us anything. So, you need to stop pretending like Mattel is just going to bow down to us and make Thomas great again, because at the same time, if you really want great Thomas, go back to your era of Thomas, okay? This new era of Thomas, this is not for us. This is for the newer generation. And if this is the Thomas that they grow up with, oh, well, you know what? So be it then. Shit happens, and you gotta learn to deal with that. I know people are not gonna like when I say this, but it's the honest to goodness truth. Get over yourself. Deal with it. And the only other thing I can tell you is, listen, if you don't have a problem with the toys, knock yourself out. Go buy the damn toys then. If you have no issue with the show, then you know what? Go watch it for yourself. And if you like it, you like it. But the same rule applies here. If you don't like the toys and you don't like the look of the show, well, guess what? Newsflash, nobody's telling you to go out and go buy the toys. Nobody is forcing you to watch the show. Do yourself a favor. Keep those opinions to yourself and go watch the damn classics. Hell, go pick up a fucking Railway Series book for all I give a shit. You know what I'm saying? Stop making a big deal out of something and stop pretending like Mattel is going to make Thomas better for us, okay? Thomas is never going to be the classic series. It's never going to be, if some people do even think that half of this is good, but I say semi-good, okay? Let's put that in big quotation marks. The semi-good hit era. It's never going to be the Brenner era. It's different. It's way different, and deal with it. That's all I can tell you. So, yeah, I guess, with all that said and done, all I'm gonna say is, I'm trying to remain optimistic about this. I mean, like I said, there's a couple little things here I don't like, but you know what? I really hope that the writing is good. And if it is, then this new style of Thomas is gonna take some time to get used to. So, I'm gonna remain optimistic. I think people need to just stop the fear-mongering, and you either like it or you don't, and just move on. That's all I can really say. But, hey, you know what? Like I said, this is just one person's opinion, so you know what? Tell me what you think of this new Thomas. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Tell me in the comments below. Until then, I will see you all in the next video.